what you need to identify first of all. And again, just like the pulmonary system, veins and arteries are opposite. So veins will be red, arteries will be blue in fetal circulation. So this thing right here is the placenta. This large structure here is the placenta. This thing here is the umbilical cord. Within the placenta and the umbilical cord, you've got these blue vessels. So Dr. Mitchell tags blue. You're looking for umbilical what? Umbilical arteries. And the red one would be the umbilical vein. They're all entwined in the umbilical cord. And here we go. Here's the umbilical cord. These are the two blue structures right here. Those would be the umbilical arteries here. In adulthood, these eventually become your median umbilical ligaments. That's what you feel on your belly button. These are your median umbilical ligaments here. This red thing sticking out right here is the umbilical vein. As it now leaves here and it becomes part of the liver, anything on the liver itself, right here, any of this artery right here is called the ductus venosus. This becomes the ligamentum venosum in the adult. All of these features are in the baby because the baby's not breathing on his own. He's in the uterus, so he's breathing through the amniotic fluid, so the lungs don't need to work. So all of this blood is being bypassed, so it doesn't even get to the heart. So this is the first bypass, is this ligamentum, this ductus venosus here. And it becomes ligamentum venosum. The next thing you need to know is this structure right here. It's the hole in the heart. If you remember, there's a hole in the baby's heart between the two atriums. So this will be the next bypass. This hole is called the foramen ovale. You can see number 77 on the practical. That's the foramen ovale. In the adult, what did that become in the adult? The fossa ovalis, that little indentation in the heart. The last feature that you need to see is right here. It would be the bypass between the pulmonary trunk and the aorta. And you don't, there's nothing there, but if you put a pointer there and ask you what would be there, that would be the ductus arteriosus. In adulthood, that becomes the ligamentum arteriosum. Where's that big heart at? Does someone have a big heart? The big heart, yeah. Hand me the aorta for me. Just the aorta. You can see it right here. There's a bypass between the pulmonary trunk, right here, and the aorta. And it would have been a bypass right here. So if they tag this little structure right here, this is called the ligamentum arteriosum. That used to be a little bypass between the two vessels. So let's do that one more time. On the practical, Dr. Mitchell will tag this thing, which will be placenta. The blue structures would be the umbilical arteries. The red structure would be the umbilical vein. This thing is the umbilical cord. Right here, here are the umbilical veins, the umbilical arteries that will become the median umbilical ligaments. This thing sticking out right here would be the umbilical artery, and that will eventually turn into the round ligament in the adult. Here's the liver, the first bypass that you see right here. On the liver, you would tag that as the ductus venosus. In adulthood, it becomes the ligamentum venosum. The next feature is the next bypass right here between the hearts. The atria of the hearts, this is the foramen ovale, which becomes the fossa ovalis. And the last structure here between the pulmonary trunk and the aorta is the ligamentum arteriosus, or the ductus arteriosus, which becomes the ligamentum arteriosum right here on that big heart. Any questions on that? That's the baby.